If there's one thing I can say about Dragon Ball fans, some of y'all, not all, but some of y'all will really ride or die for the ship. It don't matter what the circumstances are, you will ride or you will die. You will back up anything that has the name Dragon Ball on it because it has the name Dragon Ball on it. Now, to give you a little context, it all started a year ago. And if I had the editing skills, I would do a whole flashback effect where I would show exactly what I'm talking about here, but I don't have that. Actually, I wouldn't say I don't have the skills, it's just I can't be bothered to do it. So is it laziness or is it just me not being skilled? You know what, maybe it's a combination of both. You know what, the point is it happened a year ago. A year ago, I was playing Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. And I got to a point where I was like, nah, Chief, this ain't it. And why did I say this ain't it? Because the game was shit. I literally said, you know what? I've played this game. I'm tired. It's frustrating me. I'm finished here. My work here is done. And I made a whole video about it. Just standard video, just ranting, venting my thoughts. And it did pretty well for a small channel like me anyways. It did pretty well. I think we're sitting on 2K views now, maybe even nearly 3K. And listen, hey, look, thanks for the views, guys. Really. Truly, thank you. But the thing that separates this video from my other videos which I've done well were the comments. Now, I haven't done the statistics, I haven't done the analysis, I haven't done the t-test. But from what I can tell, this video is the most commented video on my entire channel. Why? God knows. It's Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, fam. I really don't know why. I guess it's just a game niggas want to say their piece on. Even to this day, every now and then, I still get notifications popping up with comments on that video, which I made over a year ago. So considering it's been a year, I still haven't touched the game since literally that video I made saying I'm not going to touch the game again. I was serious. I don't know what y'all thought this was. No, I was serious. I'm still stuck in the Cell saga and I'm going to be stuck in the Cell because I just don't have any intention to play it again. But considering there was so much feedback from this video that I made a year ago, why not adjust the comments considering it's the most commented on video that I have? Now, there are some comments who agree with me, there's some that disagree with me, as is the way of life. So without further ado, let us begin. What the game lacks is what Tenkaichi 3 had: combat. They basically simplified the fighting down into a simple button masher. There isn't anything complex about it. Even worse is that every enemy you come across fights exactly the same and it never changes the entire time. The only thing that I see in this game that redeems it is the effort they put into cinematics and world design. Aside from that, it just makes so much that it might have made it game of the year. Chief. I couldn't have said that shit better myself. I couldn't have said it better my damn self. Tenkaichi 2 and 3 slapped. That shit slapped. I know they're old games, but when they were out and in their prime, boy, did them games fucking slap. Can I get an amen for Tenkaichi 4? Either way, I couldn't have said it better myself. The combat became repetitive way too quickly. All the villains do fight the same. And yeah, eventually I just hit my breaking point and said, you know what, I don't want to record this game no more. I don't want to do any of that. Because for those of you who don't know, I was actually recording the game. I'm uploading that to YouTube as well. I've got gameplay of it. It's still there. Go check that out, by the way, because the videos that are there, it stops at Cell Saga, as I said, but still go check that out. Great video. I agree immensely. The combat sucks. I tried to point this out months ago. I got powered on by fanboys. Sorry to hear that, brother, but fanboys, they are an immovable force, an immovable object, fam. If you got the fanboys on your ass, there's really not much you can do. You're just gonna have to hold it. This ain't just for Dragon Ball. This is for all anime. When the fanboys of an anime come on your ass, just move on, fam. Just move on. And I'm telling you this as a man who has held constant backlash from the Black Clover community. Fanboys can really and truly be the death of you, fam. Don't let them. Nobody's not going to talk about the thumbnail, the way the shadow shaped on Gohan's face. Hey, mind your damn business. In my defense, I actually didn't notice that when I was making the thumbnail. I really didn't. And that's a shot from the game. So once again, I cannot be held liable for what you see in that thumbnail. All I can say is, mind your damn business. Need a power level system, also custom characters, custom outfits, Ozaru transformation, and the goal should be becoming the strongest. No limit with stats since it's power level base. There isn't a limit to your strength. I mean, shit, it's an idea. Maybe, I don't know. I think we both agree the game needs work. At the very least, this shit needs work. This could be the answer, fam. I don't know. This really could be the answer. All I know for a fact is the current game we have, yeah, no. It's just not it. Do you know what's even crazier? They're still releasing DLC for this shit, you know. I think it was just a week ago that I seen a trailer for some Trunks DLC or the Android DLC or something. And that tells me there are niggas that are still on this shit. There are niggas that are still playing this game, that are still hooked. I find that to be such a stupendous confectionery. I don't know what that game has to offer a year later, even with the DLC. You think the story is bad? The DLC content is worse. Beerus DLC is short as fuck. And then someone replied with, I played the whole DLC just by watching the trailer. I don't know what to tell y'all fellas. I really don't. Y'all can't even get a refund. Y'all just gonna have to hold that money loss. I don't know how much the DLC costs, but your belly could be full with some nice cheeseburgers, but instead you spent it on the DLC. Having said that, I ain't got no right to talk because I spent my money on the whole damn game and my belly could have been way fuller with cheese. You know what? Let me not get mad. Moral of the story, fellas, before you go out and think about wasting your money, remember that money could go towards a better cause, the cause of the cheese. burgers. At least other games like DBZ, Budokai, Infinite Fighters, I can combo and mix things up. All I'm doing is mashing OMB on my controller while spraying energy blasts. Someone then replied with, those games suck, you don't know good games. And in response to that comment, the original commenter said, shut the fuck up, Kakarot is the worst combat in any DBZ game, get the fuck out of here, fanboy. And then the beef continued with Jose saying, well, you're not a true fan. This is a theme within the anime community, and it's childish, and it's just never gonna go away. If you don't like everything about your anime, you're not a true fan. If a Dragon Ball game was to be released, and when you open up the case to put the disc inside your console, it was just a pile of shit that stunk. Literally, cow manure, fam. Literally, a pile of shit. If you didn't scoop that shit up with your hands and eat it, you're not a true Dragon Ball fan. That's really how some people think. It really don't make no sense. When I want to explain it, my head will just headache me. I beat Boo and then nothing. My nigga, at least you got as far as Boo. I didn't even get there. I ain't even fought Cell yet. That's actually a good point. To my fellow people who actually completed the game, what did you do after that? Did you feel a sense of accomplishment? Like, what was next? Or was it just as simple as, well, my work is done here, moving on? I mean, y'all did have the DLC, so I'm guessing you played that, but again, apparently that was shit and short and shit. So why you buy it in the first place? It's clearly trash. It's for kids who never seen the show or played a fighting game before. It's cute like Budokai 1 and Legacy of Goku 2 were for their time, but it's well past that point now. We deserve better games like the Ultimate Ninja Storm franchise has and Pirate Warriors. That is a good question though. I don't even know why I did buy it. Before the game even came out, I was skeptical. I have videos to prove it. I have the evidence. And I still bought it thinking, you know what, it's a Dragon Ball game. Maybe, just maybe, it will make me feel something. And unfortunately, I was just wrong. I was just so wrong. One of my major points in my original run was that because the story was just a simple Dragon Ball Z story, which we've seen in multiple games before, for me that entire aspect in terms of critiquing it was out the window. I know the story, I know what's going to happen, I know its flaws and I know all of that already. So that left the gameplay as the standalone thing as to the make or break of this game. And the gameplay, yeah, that shit broke. That shit damn broke the experience. How can you hate on the best game? Have you beaten it? I bet you love bad games like Sonic 06, Xenoverse and Fighters. Are you sick in the mind? Are you that mentally enslaved and intellectually subservient and the intellectually molested of the ideologically molested? I'm sorry, I'm not even trying to take the piss. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nice. There's so much to unpack here, fam. Like, so much. Let's just start with the first statement. How can I hate on the best game? Chief. Best game where? Best game who? Are you speaking English? You're not speaking English to me. You're not doing it. I don't care how you feel about this game, whether you like it or you don't like it. You ain't finna tell me this the best game in any capacity. Whether it's ever, whether it's just Dragon Ball, any capacity. Then you go on to say, have I beaten it? No, I didn't. Why? Because it wasn't good. I don't think you actually watched the video before you commented, but as I stated in the video, I really tried, fam. I did. I got to the Cell Saga. It's not like I just played an hour and said, I'm done here. No, I gave the game a lot of time for it to impress me. It just didn't. I was waiting for the oomph. The oomph never came, big man. And then to unpack this final statement, which just adds to the confusion. I bet you love bad games like Sonic 06, Xenoverse and Fighters. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get my head around this. Why are we talking about Sonic 06, please? What relevance does Sonic 06 have to anything? I don't have the capacity to understand why we've brought up Sonic. I really don't. Sonic 06 was ass. Everybody will tell you that from their mother to their grandkids. But what it has to do with Dragon Ball, I don't. But I really mentioned Sonic 06 to prove his point as if that proved anything. Hey, there's probably some niggas out there that will still take Sonic 06 over this game. Now, I'm not gonna say that's me. I ain't gonna do all that. But there's probably some niggas out there that would. You then go on to say Xenoverse and Fighters. I don't care how you want to flip it or twist it. Those two games are better games. And that is the end of that discussion. Moving on. I got bored in 5 minutes too. Hey, well shit, straight to the point. Nigga said how he felt. You got bored in 5 minutes. Well, shit. That's what it is. Bruh, if you were good at the game, you wouldn't hate it. There is always one. There is always one. God, please give me the strength. What does being good at the game have to do with anything? How can you even be bad at this game? There's nothing hard about it. There's nothing to be bad at this game. It just plain and simple sucks and is boring. I know you don't want to hear that. I know you want to stick to this whole thing of anyone who don't like it is just bad at the game. But I'm telling you, brother, listen to me. Look at me now. Look at me. The game just sucks. Bro, please understand it. I beg of you. You know what? Chief, if that's the stance you have it, fam. I don't have the energy to even unpack that further. I'm done here. Sounds like you're not a die-hard DBZ fan. Hardcore fans love the game. They love the nostalgia and they love revisiting the story. You gonna have to find me the clip where I claimed I was a hardcore DBZ fan. I'm sorry, but you're just gonna have to find that. I'm just not a hardcore DBZ fan in any capacity. I am a fan of the series. All the content that has been put out for the series, I have consumed. Some I have enjoyed, some I have not enjoyed. But with that being said, I have never claimed to be a hardcore fan, so this comment doesn't hurt me. It doesn't make me feel anything, because you are correct. I am not a hardcore DBZ fan. Also, your whole thing about nostalgia, how nostalgic is it when every game has this same story? There's only so much nostalgia that can be nostalgiaed, fam. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Nostalgia cannot keep on nostalgiaing for nostalgic time to be nostalgiaed, fam. And just like that, we've reached the end of the comments. Now look, the point of this video, I want to say fuck you to the people who like this game. If you like it, live your life, enjoy it, I don't care. It was more just to keep the discussion going, because there's clearly a group of people who do not like this game. And it is a good idea to hear why they don't like the game, so for future games, shit like this don't happen again, and everybody can be happy. However, we have now reached the end of the video, so if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe. But until next time, I'm out, brothers.
I just told my producer to slap on the beat, then I get in the booth and my body up. This girl isn't free, she be wetting it deep, my nigga, you know my body up. She got a big bun down, sweating that's true, and I gotta tell baby to cool off. Get my foot in the game, you know I ain't playing, my nigga, you know my body up. I just told my producer to slap on the beat, then I get in the booth and my body up.